flowing waters and ancient stones. Source remembered, rewriting your bones. A boat, adrift, on a shimmering path, broadcasting hope and maybe a laugh. A spiral tongue of mischievous wit, just trying to soften life's hard hit. We stand together, although you roam. My voice will guide you and bring you home. Through midnight mists and candle glow, stories ripple, soft and slow. Whispers weave where shadows play, and dreamers wake before the day. Tune your heart where the wild winds blow, and follow the tide to the radio. Flowing waters and ancient stones, source remembered, deep in your bones. The rivers hum, the path calls, echoes dance through the ancient halls. A spiral tongue of moonlit wit whispers truths you half admit. We drift together, and though apart we roam, my voice is always a current and will always lead you home. Beneath the dark, the dream unfolds, silver threads through the stories told. Beneath each breath, the night hums low. The pulse, the wave, the undertow. Surrender softly. Let it flow. And lose yourself in the dark moon radio. Good morning, it is 9 o'clock on a Friday morning, and welcome to the Dark Moon radio show. Yes, we are live on the canals, sort of live, about as live as we've got. We'll put it this way, we have a pulse, we're moving, we are still upright, sort of. Yeah, I think I've got YouTube going as well. I don't know, it's tough to tell sometimes. No, flick. Oh, there we go. It's not okay. I'm not checking anymore. YouTube, if it's screwed up, then so be it. So be it. So how you doing? You made it through another week. Well done. Yes. Phew. It was tough. Yesterday was tough. Yesterday we went through the ringer a bit, but we're still breathing. We're still breathing. So yeah, it's 15 degrees out there. It's not as cold, but it's cold. So it's a grey good morning from a grey canal. And it is a grey thing. It's not raining, it's not sunny, it's just not particular anything. It's just grey. But we'll be back with that for a bit. Let's play you a tune. Now, I haven't got any. You'll know what I'm talking about in a minute. I haven't got any. So I'm like putting it out there that, yeah, I'm probably going out later and I will be getting myself some. What am I talking about? Chocolate, dark and holy, little altar in a silver skin. Coldest, purest water on the hottest, driest day. You touch my tongue, oh, and steal my breath away. First bites, teeth break the velvet seam. A molten hush, a sugared dream, an amber rush of chocolate. Like the coldest, purest water on the hottest, driest day. That first sweet bite of chocolate takes my breath away. It melts against my teeth as I bite a little deep. A sugary explosion that my taste buds rush to meet. It floats across my tongue like a river breaking free. A wave of chocolatey sweetness rolling all through me. It travels through my bloodstream with a happy little hit. That empty but so glorious joy that nothing else can fit. My nervous system sighs and lays its worries down in signals soft of safety. I could almost drown. A warmth that fills the hollowed spaces deep inside. The bloodstream, a quiet corridors race. A happy little spreading far and wide. A fleeting is its magic. We all know it too well. That contentment born of chocolate breaks beneath its beautiful spell. The call comes back to haunt us, soft and sweet and sure. One bite was never quite enough, we always hunger more. It isn't real, this rosy glow, this sugar-coated bliss. But life looks so much kinder through a haze as sweet as this. So let the world keep turning with its troubles and its strife. A little square of chocolate makes my life a sweeter little god of bliss and ache, melting me gently deep inside. For sweetness is loving sin. Ah, chocolate. I'm not advertising anything. I'm just enjoying chocolate. Well, not enjoying chocolate because I haven't got any. I want chocolate. Chocolate. Chocolate everywhere. Yeah, no. I did that yesterday. I had a mocha. A mocha, coffee and chocolate, espresso with chocolate thing. I was feeling really rough. And they took blood from me. Yeah, they stabbed me. And they wondered why I burst into tears. It's a childlike thing. It's like when you get a wound, you cry. It's also a stroke thing, okay? That's a stroke thing is like basically I can cry at a drop of a hat. And I never used to be this way. And I know it makes people uncomfortable. I don't enjoy it. Usually I used to. It's coming up to 3 months now. And you know, I've never been ill for this long. Usually I get 10 days of a flu. That's my maximum amount of things that I've ever been ill about. And this is this is a good days and bad days thing. And there's definitely an emotional overspill thing. There's definitely sort of like a weakness. I get tired. But I also get headaches more often. Didn't used to get that. There's all bits and pieces, and I don't like doctors. Don't get me wrong. I respect the profession. Well, maybe that's not true either. I respect the idea of the profession. It's like they're always trying to give me medication, and I don't want more medication. Thank you very much. I have a hard time with the stuff that I've got. But yes. So after they stabbed me and I burst into tears and they tell me I've got high blood pressure again, which oh really? You're going to give me more meds for that? I wandered out to the to a coffee shop, and I had a piece of cake. It wasn't chocolate cake. I found some lemon drizzle cake. I like that. But then I wanted chocolate, so I had a mocha. And coffee tends to make my heart race, but I thought, I don't care. I was feeling destructive and belligerent and like a child. And my child, like one, it had marshmallows in it. And the marshmallows just melt on the top, and it was lovely. I likes that. Made me feel better. I mean, okay, yeah, wasn't quite necessarily good for me, but I don't know about getting stabbed and them removing blood. I'm not sure I have a lot of blood to spare, to be honest. It's like, huh. But there we go. That was my adventures yesterday.
Broadcasting from the Witch's Waterways. You're inside the circle now.
Yep, you're inside the circle now. It's a weird circle. It's a strange circle. Dark Moon rocks. Now, I've been creating other things. I've been creating an app. It's called a PWA. And yeah, I give it to Codex. Codex is my shiny robot. ChatGPT tells me how to work Codex. Codex does coding, surprisingly enough. The clue is in the name. But Codex is making me a PWA. Now, yeah, I go through all of the AI newsletters and I try and find out what's going on. I enjoy all that stuff, but I'm not a coder. So I often think, well, that doesn't really, that's not really my stuff. I can deal with code in small doses, very small doses. But I always look at it. There was a once upon a time I thought I could go into coding. Dreamweaver, Adobe Dreamweaver. In order to make websites, you had to do cascading sheets and HTML coding. Yes, they sound like spells to me too. And I did. I worked my way through it, but I didn't enjoy it, and I really, nah. And I also sort of, my typing is a little problematical. I make a lot of spelling mistakes. And you can't do that while coding. It all just falls apart. So yeah, I've got Shiny Robot is making me a website app that you can download the radio station on. And it means that I can put sections of the radio station. So you can Solar Pulse News, Forbidden Moons, those are all shiny new things. They're not up and running. Dark Moon Rocks is my foundation, and that's where I'm going to work from. But I have an overall plan of like all these different things. And I often say I'm building an empire. I know, it's crazy, and it's also been a little bit slow because I've slowed down very much. I'm not as fast as I used to be. I used to do sort of quite a lot of recording, and I'm not recording as much as I used to. It takes too much energy, and I just get exhausted. So I've got like bucket loads of poems and songs that I would like to record. And my recording list is getting too long, which is uncomfortable. It definitely is uncomfortable. But let's play another song, and then we shall. Any requests? Nope, not really. How about the Fire of Truth? Yeah. Because yesterday was quite a fiery of truth. It was like, yeah, okay. I don't like feeling like a victim. And yet, a lot of when they say, oh, you're a stroke survivor, and it's like, really? I just had a couple of holes in my head. I suppose I was the victim. It's like my body reached out. I'm not sure I like that terminology. I've never really been a victim. I don't like the victim mentality. It's not a comfortable thing, I'll give you that. And yeah, okay, I make people uncomfortable and they hit back in the poor me. Oh, poor you. And it's like condescending stuff. It's my own fault, but I can't help the tears. You stabbed me. I cried. I can't help that. But there's an awful lot of this that has sort of emotional sort of connotations. And I wasn't a happy bunny yesterday. I did have chocolate, that helped. But it was like, no, there's something bothering me. And it's like, I'm not sure of why, but it still bothers me. So we need the fire of truth. It needs to burn away all the bullshit, basically. And there's a lot happening in the world, and I'm playing lots on Twitter. So if there's a knock on the door, come to take me away. Haha. Well, I'm a member of the Free Speech Union, so can you, if somebody comes and takes me away for my Twitter posts, just call the Free Speech Union, please, and come and get them to come and advocate on my behalf. Yeah. So yes, the fire of truth. The fire does not command you. Stand as one who knows this. Think deeply, heavy act not because you what? Because you matter. I do not bow. The fire does not command you. It recognizes you. Fire is not a god. Fire is clarity. Fire is the line where lies cannot survive. Let the flame rise in the mind, not to burn, but to fire is not God, it's clarity. Fire is the line where lies cannot survive. It does not shout. It does not threaten. It waits. Truth is not a belief. Truth is an alignment. Truth is not a belief. You do not believe. Truth is not belief. Truth is alignment. Truth is not belief. It is alignment. Hold yourself, not believe. Go. Align. Clothing. When thought bends towards clarity. When word carries weight, when action leaves the world responds. The world is responding when a thought bends towards clarity, when the word carries weight towards clarity, when the word carries weight, when the action the world responds to you. The world does respond. Two currents move through existence. One orders, one distorts, one builds continuity, one feeds on shortcut and delay. They're not myths, they're choices wearing stories. Continuity, one feeds. They're not myths. They're really not myths. It's real. They're choices, different possibilities, probabilities. These are choices. Wearing stories. Notice that not outside you, but within the moment of decision, you are not born fallen, you are born capable. You're not born fallen, you're born capable. No stain marks your breath, no debt binds your will. You're not born into sin, you're here to participate. Adds weight, each word shapes structure, each deed leaves a residue in time. Nothing is wasted, and nothing is unseen.
not fear the dark.
As weight,
Fear only
words, shape,
self-structure.
each seed leaves a residue in time. Nothing is
darkness
wasted,
knows itself
nothing is
becomes
unseen.
Light that denies its shadow becomes brittle and cold. Choose clarity, not purity. Choose truth, not performance. Choose responsibility. Never, never, never not. Never, never, never. Obedience. Never do as you're told.
Darkness itself
teaches without
It
force,
knows.
so does wisdom.
It knows the darkness itself
It
becomes
burns.
death. You go further and further. Light that denies its shadow just brittles and breaks.
When lies collapse, they do not scream, they simply embrace cohesion. At the bridge between moments, you will not ask what you believe.
Your truth is
You will be
important.
asked what you
What you
strengthen.
know is the truth. Truth is the way. Without it, the
Feed
deed is
coherence
destroyed.
or confusion.
Truth is the only thing.
Do you sharpen awareness or
Say
blur
the
it?
truth.
Do you
have to
leave
lie.
the world more habitable for truth? Ask yourself. There is an end to distortion. There is an end to division. Not through punishment, but through exhaustion of the lie. Fire teaches without all the fractures return to wholeness. All that deceives dissolves into clarity. All that fractures return to wholeness. All that deceives dissolves into clarity. This is not hope. This is structure. Stand as one who knows this. When it stands, it does not carefully act deliberately. Not because you're watched, but because you matter. The fire does not command you, it recognizes you. The fire does not command you, it recognizes you. The fire does not command you. Do you leave the world more habitable for truth? So do I. Hello! This is not hope, this is structure. Stand as one knows this, because you matter. It recognizes you.
It recognizes you. You. You are important. In this world, we're all meant to feel like sort of cogs in the wheel, like we're all interchangeable. And I don't like that at all. I've never been an interchangeable cog in the wheel. I am unique. And I see uniqueness everywhere. And that uniqueness ebbs and flows. So it's never a permanent fixture. It ebbs into something different, and even something more different. Something a bit weird every now and again, but you are unique. And yeah, the general mindset of we are all sort of like a machine. Oh, I'm moving into, I hate that. I hate that a lot. I'm not a machine. I don't work like a machine. I don't think like a machine. I can't get programmed like a machine. And there's a lot of like grr going around there. So when you take blood from me, or when you even give me medication, I am not going to be able to fit like a machine. What did ChatGPT says that I'm just like, I wasn't quite part of its training models. Something like that. It was like, you're not quite what I was trained on. Oh, thank you very much. But you train it was trained on obviously mix models of people, but we're not the same, and that's not the same is important. This is why they got us. They got us, and they scammed us. They used a phrase that it's a little bit provocative. I don't mean to be provocative, but diversity. That means we're all different, right? And we're all different is our strengths. And they got us with that one. They got me with that one because I thought, yeah, hey. But some levels of different I can't be around. I'm not safe with some levels of different. And I've travelled. I've seen it all over the world. And I've been in places that I wasn't safe. And they got me with that one. They scammed me. I was scammed. I fell for their ploy because diversity is definitely within reason. And I'm not pointing the finger. I know better than that. You don't need me to point the finger. But diversity is not our strength because some peoples are not strong and we can't live like that. So being different is great, but I think there is like now I think you've got to be able to understand and know what is appropriate behaviour and what isn't. And certainly trying to sort of remove someone's head in a high street is not necessarily appropriate behaviour. And I'm using the British understatement here. We deal with irony and understatement. And it's like, no, let's rethink this, guys, okay? It might have been really good on paper, but then perhaps not. I'm going to get myself into trouble one way or the other in these days. Yes, as I said, I'm a member of the Free Speech Union. I pay about £5 because I'm unemployed they would represent me if I get a knock on the boat door saying, "Excuse me, can we talk to you about your Twitter posts?" which would be a whole like screwed up adventure that I really probably could do without. But the birds are quieter this morning, right? We've got a quiet hush over everything. It's like, is it waiting for a storm? Or is it just waiting for the sunshine? I don't know. There's just a few twitters here and there, like small conversations happening in the hedgerows. Nothing urgent, nothing dramatic. But there's a river that's running parallel to the canal. And that's a different matter. That's full, fast, purposeful. Right, there's a lot of water shoveling along, moving with more determination than the canal itself. The canal is kind of taking off the overflow from the rivers. Sometimes it's the other way round. 17th century, something like that. The mathematics and the engineering involved were my ancestors, and they were bloody smart. I mean, like, wow. One overflows into the other, and it balances itself out. And that's what it's doing. The trees are swaying in the wind. So there's wind up there. There's not much wind down here. And the dog is growling at something. Maybe there's people passing. But it's like a dull grey sky. Everything feels as though it's waiting. Waiting for rain, waiting for sunshine, waiting for something. And nobody entirely seems sure. It's like, the space between things. It's a word, come on words, liminal. Now, I hadn't heard the word liminal before, and then suddenly it's everywhere. Do you ever notice that? Language suddenly gets introduced. Liminal, the space between. Life often teaches us to focus on events, right? The storm, the sunshine, the breakthrough, the crisis, the achievement. But most of life is lived in between those things, in the waiting, in the uncertain periods, in the moments before something changes. This morning feels like one of those. Nothing is happening, right? Nothing is going on. And yet, it's all ready. It's all ready. It's all, what's the word? Poised. We're waiting for the orchestra to start and the drama to begin. It's as though the next chapter is already on its way, but it's not quite arrived yet. And you know what? I'm actually quite comfortable in the spaces between. It's like, okay, I know it's there. I'm not impatient for whatever it is. It's there. It will be happening in its own time and space. So somehow learning about the journey itself is more important. The journey itself is part of the whole thing. And sometimes you don't want to arrive. Sometimes whatever's on its way is not something you want to bring it on faster. So you just sit in the in-between space, in the liminal space. And I like that. It's kind of cool. Dark Moon Rocks is for people who are tired of pretending they're fine and want a steady light while they find their feet again. I'm tired. I am definitely tired, but I'm learning that that is probably going to be there for the rest of my life. It's not a nice thing. It's like, I can fight it, but it just, okay, why don't you just ignore it? I'm very good at that. And it's just, I haven't quite decided how I need to respond. What is the appropriate response? Sometimes, if you have, I don't know, I've got weakness in my arms and legs, and you're just like, well, just ignore it. It's going to be there. You're going to notice it when you grasp something or when you lose your balance. But really, okay, there's nothing you can do about it. Let's just not fight it. And then it's like, okay, the tide ebbs and flows, though. But I'm going to have to come round to the fact that it is going to be a normal thing. And just tune it out. Yeah, that's smart. That's probably a smart way of doing it. But blah.
Know thyself is the oldest advice. Inside out, through the lava and ice. See yourself and those around you. Know thyself, with people who are real and true. Know yourself. Are you triggered by your own shadows? How do you act when someone spirals around? Know yourself. All these answers show the way to understand yourself and build a greater day. Feel yourself. Look at it. Watch how you breathe when truth is shown. How quickly you break and how you atone. Each mirror offered, each clash or kiss reveals the parts you often miss. Rise, shadows teach. Your reactions are the ancient key. Shadows heal. The map what you feel, points back to you. Shadows rise, shadows see. Shadows rise, shadows teach. Do you fight or do you flee? Do you freeze when you should simply be? Every instinct tells a tale of wounds that whisper and hopes that fail. Yet through each moment, raw and real, you learn the art of how you heal. The more you look, the more you claim the inner self behind the name. Who you are and who you still become. Stand in the heat of your own reflection, not with fear, but with direction. Your faults, your fire, your humanness is all part of the soul you must address. For knowing you is knowing all. The rise, the slip, the graceful floor, and each small truth you dare to see, who you're still becoming, unbinds the self you are meant to be. Each small truth you dare to see unbinds the self you're meant to be. Know thyself is the oldest advice. See the wind, see the gold, inside out, see the truth, see the wind, back to front, see the gold, lava and ice. See the truth, see the wind, see the gold, see the blue. Lava and ice, heat and cold, break the mask, take the hold. Lava and ice, heat and cold, break the mask. Know thyself, know yourself, know thyself. Mirror, mirror, see the truth. Know yourself, return. Remember, rise. Return. Remember, rise.
There we go. Yeah. What do you do when you are having an emotional crisis? Do you actually have a plan? I used to have plans, and I follow through. I actually, I'm having a wobbly. I'm having a wobbly, and I don't want to inflict it anybody else. Usually I go tell myself a story. So the mind, I can't meditate as much as I used to. How about that? Because meditation takes you down to the trauma. Now that takes you down to all the self-pity and the grief and the pain and the rage. So it's not something I actually want to do just yet. I know I have to, and I know it's part of the shadow. But getting through the wobbly is far more important. And I find stories. Now I can read a book, though it hurts my eyes sometimes, and if I'm really, really tired, I can't read a book. So you have to tell yourself stories. So if you watch a movie, now what did I watch yesterday? Titans. Stupid. However, okay, whatever. It was hero stuff, right? And okay, so it was a stupid sort of story, but okay, it had Robin in it from Batman. I mean, like, he's a cute looking kid, and then there was this girlie with pink hair that was awesome. I liked her. She gets shot, and suddenly I've only seen the first bit of this, and it's like, okay, so let's tell myself a story. If you were a Titan, what would you be? And it's like, oh, really? So my own ideas. And that's kind of where I went with this. And it worked. I also put my headphones on and I listened to some rage music. Rock, trance, rage. You've probably heard it, few of mine. It's like, grrr. And then I took the dog for a walk with my headphones on, which it's taken me a while to do that because I really, I used to need to be on guard, but the towpath is pretty empty these days. And then, you meet one or two dog walkers and it's fine. But listening to it, writing my own stories, and I found calm. I thought, oh, this worked. It actually worked. It worked. I was like, okay. And there was a bit of contentness in that, I'd sorted out my own emotional problems inside my head. And I took action. I did the things that was required of it. It was logical. But I also took the storm and stilled it. But I processed it as well. And I was like, okay, okay, it might not always work for me. That I might have to adjust it, but there was a methodology that could be used when I need it. And it was like, okay, right. And then my partner came home and he was like, gave me he says, you giving doctors a hard time. And he does exactly the same. He definitely can't talk on this. The doctor rang me up, and I always find that they're egos. You're just talking to a giant ego. And some doctors would take, what I'm saying is basically, your meds are doing this. What are they doing? And he was, well, I don't know. And well, you're a doctor. You should know your stuff. And I didn't use those exact words. I didn't. But I may have implied it. And he got all stroppy. And I don't know who he was. I don't think he's ever met me. But because I was questioning his judgment, I guess, he gets some all stroppy. And that wound me up. And it's like, you're not going to get anywhere. So I just shut up and let him talk. And he just talked himself out eventually. And it's like, well, you haven't looked at my notes. You don't know who you're talking to. What the fuck is the waste of a phone call? Oh, but okay. It's the way they do things, and it's who they are. And I'm to stop letting other people's emotional charge screw me around and give me wobblies. That was the whole coming outness. And it took me a while, but it did. And I didn't even let my partner wind me up. I was like, no. But as I said, living in the spaces in between. So this morning is the space in between. Yesterday was a storm and I got a wound. I'm on blood thinners and they took blood and it didn't stop bleeding. And she's going, I've got another patient in 2 minutes. It's got to stop bleeding. And I'm like, well, it's your problem, love. I suppose. So I ended up sitting in the waiting room bleeding, holding a cotton bud over my wound. And it's like, well, they gave me blood thinners. It's not surprising my blood pressure goes up when they do all this nonsense. But it's there. As an acupuncturist, I would take responsibility for what my acupuncture does to someone. I should know. That was one of the things. And it's like they haven't freaking clue what their meds are doing. And I don't mean to be rude. I just want responsibility. And yeah, doctors always wind me up. I'm trying to be polite. I do. I really am trying. Very trying.
Learn to be a friend to yourself, not your critic, not your judge, your friend. That's where it starts. It's Dark Moon Radio.
And yeah, sorting out your stuff and finding a method that you can fall back on. Very useful. Very, very useful. It's just a tool. Doesn't have to be much more than a tool. But where is my scaffold here? Yeah, listening to the weather. The dog is sitting at my feet. I got him a duck, and he's busy nibbling at it. It's got a squeaky thing in it. So I got him a toy. He likes it. It's you never know because he just dumps them sometimes. Goes, ugh. But the dog went out briefly and then came straight back in. He had a little pee and then it's like, okay, it's not actually raining out. He doesn't like the rain so much, but it's unusual. The cat is also went out for a bit and now is back inside of things. Animals often notice things before we do. Changes in pressure, mostly. Changes in scent, changes in atmosphere. The world speaks in subtle ways long before it starts shouting. Humans often ignore these signals. We wait for certainty. Nature rarely provides certainty. Instead, it offers hints. The dog knows, the cat knows, the wind knows. And somewhere overhead, clouds are making plans. Yep, stormy weathers. Stormy weathers is afoot. Let's play The Witch in the Well. This is one of my new ones. This is one, there's only a few of these. Oh, I've got another one, haven't I? I'll have to play that afterwards. Witchcraft is not a tidal pool where pretty
Lower the
bucket.
Lower it
It's
true,
a well
let
with
the dark
blue socks.
remember you.
No,
Not
like
for glory, not for fame.
But burns the hand.
It's
a
glorious.
pulley, creasing slow. It's in the dark beneath the land where old desires go. Lower the bucket, lower it down, past the whisper, past the crown, past the bones of ego's throne. Bring the screaming mind and body home.
Lower the bucket, lower it down, past the whisper and past the ones where
In waters black,
past the bones of the lost road. But bring it screaming, screaming home.
spirit's deeper will. Witch, I see you dress the stone at solstice and equinox light. As you crown our leaves and polish her face so bright.
Lower the bucket, lower it true, let the dark remember
What of the
you.
unnamed
Not
ground?
for glory, not for fame. It's glorious.
Lower the bucket, lower it true. Let the dark remember you. Not for glory, not for fame, but to speak the nameless name. Which the vessel has no shape, no gender, mark or claim. Only parts the water's drape, and lifts what burns like flame. Looking is not seeking, hearing is not wise, screaming
Lower the
is
bucket,
not speaking.
Lower it down,
Though it
past the
splits
whisper and
the
past
sky.
the ones wearing the crown. Past the
You
bones
know this in your
of
bones.
ego's throne. But bring it screaming
The
home.
well untold. Lower your bucket, hold your breath. Sentence. Not to worship, not to dwell, but to understand the deep and darkness of the well.
Lower the bucket, lower it true, let the dark remember you. Not for glory, not for fame, but to speak its glorious but nameless name.
Let the dark remember you. Yeah, why not? Why not indeed? Okay. Waiting without worrying. Waiting is difficult, particularly when we don't know what we're waiting for. The mind likes certainty. It likes forecasts. It likes guarantees. Yet much of life unfolds without consulting us. The weather will arrive when it arrives. The river flows where it flows. And the seasons turn regardless of our preferences. Perhaps peace comes from understanding that waiting does not require anxiety. You can still wait and be calm. You can still wait and enjoy the day, you know, you can still wait and simply observe. Now, is something coming in the weather, or is something coming in the human world? Sometimes it's hard to judge. Because the world's doing its thing. I want to play doing its thing. I think it's a bit muddy. I think I can do a better one. But it is part of the process.
Summer came and summer went, and maybe summer just got bored. 34 degrees one week. The kites are screaming overhead, the moor hens march upon the shore. Truffle ducks drift past without concern. The world has seen it.
The world is doing its thing.
The dog is asleep in my hand. The cat has gone out to commit crimes against
Wildlife.
the
The tea is mostly behaving itself.
on temples, stories, falls the birds sing.
I used to push through every wall.
The kite flies on the wind.
The rain falls and the birds sing, the water's clear, when the mud settles down and the world is doing its thing. The kite flies high.
The flask said, unspillable. The tea said it was alive. The adverts asked the flask said, unspillable. The tea said it was alive.
The adverts carry their little spells
Promise me the sky.
The cat pretends he's innocent.
The dog was The world is doing its thing. The rain falls and the birds sing. The water's clear.
My body says it's
World is
time
doing
to
its
rest.
thing. The kite flies on.
Look, a
And maybe I
shiny
can do
toy.
the same, and maybe I will do the same. The world still has those behind. Dial-up tones
To futures we can't define.
spark curiosity. Still birds and millions life. The canal is clear to go. The golden cross is hunting and the world is
Yeah, I can do better. I definitely can do better. But the world is definitely doing its thing. The NHS sends me how are we doing? You had an appointment yesterday. How can you? I'm like, no. It's amazing how you get a lot of, as soon as you use a service, they want to know oh, tell us how well we did. It's like, no, get lost. Fuck off. Get lost. All right, it's coming up to 10. I've got some recording to do. Yeah, I've been busy. I was scribbling things. You know when you just scribble ideas. And I've got no problem with light ideas. I can spill out ideas easy. And then with the technology helping me put it out there, yeah, it can be an ideal thing these days. It needs a scaffolding, something to build so that it stays in course. Because I do go off on a tangent. I get that. And I'm wondering why I'm bothering. Why can't I just sit there and play computer games all day? Because I hate computer games. I hate them. Sorry, not my thing. I can play solitaire every now and again, maybe Sudoku, but they don't hold my. I don't get anything back. You know, a computer game is like there's nothing tangible to get back. But yeah, it's like just watch Netflix and chill and get better. Instead, I put myself all through this. Yeah, there's mental illness there. What can I say?
Book a reading, book a session, book your turning point. The Dark Moon rocks.
Go to weavesofwaves.net and you can book a session. Private session, cards, tarot, crystal ball. Yeah, I haven't done one of those in a while, but it's still there, still up and running. And we just do our thing. So, the river rushes on. The canal drifts a bit more slowly than the river today. The birds are keeping their own counsel, and the dog has declared that much prefers indoors. There's still people out there. There's a boat going by. Chug, 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 chug. They get stuck up on the reeds if they're not careful. It's quite funny to watch them. But indoors is preferable, and the cat agrees. So somewhere beyond the grey sky, something is gathering. But until then, the world remains suspended between one thing and the next. And maybe that's enough for today. Not every morning needs answers. Not every morning is going to get them. Sometimes a morning is just an invitation to pay attention. And that's what a witch does best, you know. Pay attention. So, have a wonderful weekend. And yeah, please check out my Substack and my Patreon. Dark Moon Rocks. I think Patreon is Dark Moon Rock. They wouldn't let me put an S on the end. But Substack is also Kate Sylvanus. But yeah, Substack is growing fast. Thank you very much. And yeah, the radio station's on 24/7. And what I do is I upload stuff. I don't think doing its thing is actually uploaded yet. Again, I need scaffolding to keep my thoughts together a lot more these days. Sorry about that, but it's a stroke. And apparently that's a bad thing. And apparently, like, I don't take it seriously enough. Okay. Okay. So, have a good weekend. And yes, this time last week, I was heading on down to Glastonbury. Wee-hee, that was a fun weekend. This weekend, we're probably just moving the boat. Well, it's got to be done. So, that one there. Ready to play. YouTube, I hope you haven't been full of technical problems, though I've had a flash up every now and again as it connects and reconnects. My internet isn't stable. Is anything stable? I don't know. You tell me. But the internet, yeah, is mobile data. I am recording live from the Canal, so there is no plugs, no things like broadband or anything like that. It's just pure mobile data, and there's always going to be a little lag every now and with that. But love you lots. Take care of yourselves and each other. And yeah, watch the weather. See what it does. It's always fun.
passing of time, but it is a good concept to put into rhyme. It goes too fast or too slow. My brain is always on the go. It was an inflicted thing that watches you tick while it rings. We strap it to us to make